Adriana Ruiz from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Amy Bertado from Whittier, California.
Anissa Aguilar, Hacienda Heights, California.
Cassidy King from Cochranville, Pennsylvania.
Chelsea Smith, Tacoma, Washington.
Jenna Garcia, Hutchinson, Kansas.
Jenna Schneider from Lodi, California.
Jessie Miranda from Turlock, California.
Kaylin Lastly from Salina, Kansas.
My name is Alexis Avalos, and I'm from Yucaipa, California.
Madison O'Brien, Zuni, Virginia.
Malia Sandy from Girard, Kansas.
Paige Biddle from Sacramento, California.
Reese McCrary from Sacramento, California.
My name is Sadie Leatherman, and I'm from Couts, Indiana.
Shay Hoover, Potwin, Kansas.
Robert Rod, Houston, Texas.
Brett Heichman, Lindsborg, Kansas.
Caden Bartlett, Amber, Oklahoma.
Caleb Stoll, Litchfield Park, Arizona.
Tatum Ferguson, Nassau, Bahamas.
Connor Leach, Erie, Colorado.
Dalton Woody, Cibolo, Texas.
Dave Milburn from Lincoln, Nebraska.
David Berzins, Houston, Texas.
Dave Ryan, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Dayton Watkins, Valley Center, Kansas.
Grant Bloyer, Winfield, Kansas.
Hudson Smith, Waukomis, Oklahoma.
Hugo Kinabuchi, San Diego, California.
Ian Leckie, Overland Park, Kansas.
Justin Durnall, I'm from Windsor, Colorado.
Kalen Haynes, Trophy Club, Texas.
Kendall Theory, Westlake, Louisiana.
Malachi Swartz, Overland Park, Kansas.
Naoki Kizumura, Tokyo, Japan.
Natty Solomon, Harrisonburg, Virginia.
Nick Plutton from Adelaide, Australia.
Noah Roberts, Wichita, Kansas.
Omar Aguilar, Panama City, Panama.
Quinn Gettle, Joplin, Missouri.
Robert Salcedo, Puerto Rico.
Yusei Hando from Japan.
Tate Winfield, Kerrville, Texas.
Weston Murrow, Wichita, Kansas.
Yusuke Fuji, Japan.
Zach Duncan, Okima, Oklahoma.
And welcome everyone to Oswald Field here on the campus of Heston College. Rusty Witcher with you here this afternoon as the Larks finally getting another home game. The weather is perfect for baseball. Little bit of breeze blowing right to left here, but my goodness, after all the weather delays and everything that's going on, the Larks are just happy to be playing. And they'll be hosting the York College Panthers, the JV here from York. Dylan Roller, the head coach, will take a look at the starting lineups here for both squads, and we'll go down the batting order for the Panthers first. Leading off is the shortstop, number 10, Freddie Latenci. Batting second, playing second base for York, is Alex Heinrichs. Kurt Dunaway bats third, plays right field with Trevor Slaughter batting fourth in the cleanup spot and manning first base. Kevin Mathis plays left field, batting fifth with Sebastian Rowland in the designated hitter spot. He bats sixth with Aaron Vaez, the catcher, batting seventh. Noah Lang batting eighth, and playing third base, and rounding out the order is the center fielder, number 5. And I wrote this down. The wrong. Valier is the center fielder. So we are getting closer and closer to our first pitch, and the looking around here for the Lark defense. Tate Wingfield getting the nod out there in left field, followed by David Berzins in center, and Zach Duncan moving over to right field. Now, Riki Fujimura, also known as Bao, playing the hot corner third base. You see Hondo making the start at short, and getting his first action of the season is the Aussie Nick Platten at second base. Kalen Haynes, the big man himself, over at first. Omar Aguilar behind the dish, and Dane Milburn on the hill for the Larks here. As I'm trying to get the computer up and going. And Dane's numbers on the season so far, he is 0-2. He's appeared in 4 games, started 1 of them, has 11 innings pitched, giving up 9 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned runs. He's walked 5 but struck out 12. He has allowed 2 home runs and has an ERA of 4.09. He's also allowed 2 bombs. As a team, the Larks have allowed 8 bombs, and those numbers are a little bit skewed in that game against Cloud County when the ball was a launching pad with the wind blowing out to left and howling. Not quite as windy day, maybe a little bit of wind, but not like it was the other day. So here we go for the Larks and the Panthers. And you guys can text us if you're a fan of the Panthers, fan of the Larks. We'd love to hear from you. This is one 9-inning game, so send us a text, 620-217-1465. You guys can see the number right there on the screen. So drop us a line as I'm doing a couple more things on the computer, so bear with us. Getting through to a couple more things here as Dane's getting his last few pitches. Lark softball will be in action on Friday. And leading off the game is Alex Heinrichs. Heinrichs, a freshman from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And the first pitch he sees fouls back and to the fence. So there's 1 strike on the board. Okay, there we go. Now we're back to good to go. Top of the first, and the second pitcher from Dane, missing high, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So I've got a text already asking, what's my favorite sports movie? Ooh, that's tough. I actually have about 10 to choose from as that one misses. And our count now 2 balls and 1 strike. I would think my number 1 of all time would be Hoosiers. Caddyshack a close second. And the count 3-1. The righty deals. Fly ball right field. Zach camping underneath it. And makes it into a lazy fly ball, and Latenci is retired. Seemed I was thinking it was Heinrichs. Heinrichs batting now. So one out in the book, and now Heinrichs at the bat. That was Freddie Latenci batting for the Panthers. They're a member of the KCAC, so they'll be down here playing a couple of those schools like Friends and Bethel. Dane's first pitch, outside corner for the strike. A good fastball down low. So Dane quickly working ahead to Heinrichs. And that one too far out and low. And the count evens at 1 ball and a strike. I mean, it's nice enough I don't even need my sunglasses right now. It's gorgeous out. That one fouled back and out of play towards the Campus Activity Center behind us. 58 degrees. So feels so warm after the extended winter we have had. And the 1-2 coming up. Dane missing downstairs, trying to force Heinrichs to chase. And they count quickly even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Curveball, chopped foul here on the left side, and Heinrichs stays alive. Students coming out today, kind of emerging from hibernation, the winter hibernation on this first day of spring. Curve stays upstairs, and we're full 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the payoff pitch on the way. On the ground, slow roller. Noriki plays it on the hop throw over. And in time, nice play by Noriki Fujimura over there at third to retire Heinrichs on the chopping bouncer. And they're 2-away for the right fielder, Kurt Dunaway. You never quite are sure what you're going to get with the KCAC JV. They haven't played as many games. They've been rained out. Their JV squad has only played 2 complete games. That curve over for a strike from Dane. But you never know what you're going to see. You don't know if you're going to see a senior who gets to play a position that he played in high school and needs a few extra at-bats or whatnot. The 0-1. Outside corner for a strike. And Dane's going to like that pitch spot all game long, so he's quickly behind 0-2. Strike 3 outside corner. Dunaway is retired looking, and Dane Milburn sits them down 1-2-3 as we'll go to the bottom of the first. And we'll take a look here at the Lark lineup. Zach Duncan Zach Duncan leading things off playing right field. Batting second will be Noriki Fujimura. And then batting third is a designated hitter today, Caleb Stoll. Omar Aguilar batting fourth, playing catcher, with Kalen Haynes batting fifth. Nick Platten batting sixth this afternoon, his first trips to the dish this season. Yusei Hando batting seventh, with Tate Wingfield getting the nod today in left field, batting eighth, and David Berzins rolling over the order. Defensively, Mathis is out in left field, Valle in center, with Dunaway in right for the Panthers. Laying at third base, Latenci over at short, Heinrichs up the middle at second, and Slaughter at first base, Valles behind the dish. So pitching for the York College JV is Trayton Scully. Again, you guys are a fan of the Panthers, fan of the Larks. We'd love to hear from you. Send us a text, 620-217-1465. Questions, comments, feedback about our live broadcast of Lark Athletics. We'll love to try and answer them for you. I was already asked once what my favorite baseball movie is, or favorite sports movie in general. I've got a long list of those. I would have ranked Field of Dreams higher, but I know too many people from Iowa who actually believe that's a documentary and not an actual movie. Right, Morrissey?
That's not me.
As we are... Ryan Morrissey's dad just texted in, said, get Ryan mic'd up to do the color commentary. No. I don't know. Got a text asking what my favorite subject in school was. Long story. We won't get into that. Zach digging in here. Start things off with Zach on the season. Struggling a bit. His average has dipped to 179. He's 5 for 28 with 4 runs driven in. 7 walks and 13 strikeouts for Mr. Duncan. The first pitch swinging slow. Roller Scully can't come up with it. Vacuumed up by Lang. Throw over is in time, and there's one away. That'll bring up Bob Fujimura, who leads the team in average .425 of the regs, as he is 17 for 40 on the season. Has scored 8 runs, 3 doubles, and 6 ribbies for Bob, 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. But Bob also a master of protecting the plate with 2 strikes and trying to go the opposite way, trying to shorten up as Scully misses high. There's the outside corner, good pitcher's pitch. We're even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. To Bob with 1 out. I'll put that up on the screen. Sorry about that. And the 1-1. Outside corner again, and Bob quickly behind 0-2. Going to have a pitcher zone today, and I can't complain. I like that as a pitcher. Bob swing and a miss, and Bob is down on strikes. So like that quickly, the Larks down 2 outs, and that brings up designated hitter Caleb Stoll. Caleb, the sophomore catcher, 14 for 35 on the season, 12 runs driven in, hitting a crisp .400. And the first pitch of the contest that Caleb sees as a swing and a miss, and Caleb quickly down 1 strike. The 0-1 coming up. Hard hit, base hit through the hole, and Caleb finds green on the left side, and the first single of the game belongs to the Larks, and a runner aboard. And now Omar coming up. Omar Aguilar on the season, just 3 for 14, .214 batting average with 4 runs driven. It's just tough to find some rhythm. Larks would play a game and then be waiting a week, and games would get canceled. There's no rhythm. As a team, the Larks are hitting .260. Opponents are hitting .331 against the Larks. And Omar looks to pitch upstairs for 1 ball. Omar shoots 1 foul the other way. And Omar evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And that'll force the nice vehicle out there to move. So that ball went over. Nice full-size SUV moves up in the line of fire. The 1-1, and Omar calls time. And the 1-1 delivery now. Right at the knees for a strike, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one too far downstairs, and our count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one up by Omar's eyes, and we're full 3 balls, 2 strikes, so big-time payoff pitch for the sophomore from Panama. Trying to live up to the standard set by the original Panamanian Devil here, Dielvis Saavedra. Omar gulps one and kicked around, but fielded by Lang. Lang's throw in time and gets through the first baseman. Omar's going to go over to second, and Caleb moves over to third on the error. And so the Larks now with 2 on and 2 out for Kalen Haynes. And that nice SUV is in the danger zone in left field. Just beyond the left field fence. Kalen fouls one back towards the tennis courts. Kalen hitting .207, 6 for 29. That went downstairs, and a good block by Valles. Keep that ball in front of him. Go ahead run, first run of the game, just sits 90 feet away for the Larks. And Scully steps off, wants to go through his signs one more time. Kalen stands at the ready. That one too far downstairs. On our count now, 2 balls, 1 strike. Kalen lays off the pitch outside lone. We're 3 balls and 1 strike from Trayton Scully and the Panther JV. Kalen launches one to center field. Going back is Valle, who makes the play. Larks strand a pair of runners after the fly out to center field. We've played an inning, no score here from Oswald Field. We'll be back after this.
Rabbit Rod, Houston, Texas.
Brett Heichman, Lindsborg, Kansas.
Caden Bartlett, Amber, Oklahoma.
Caleb Stoll, Litchfield Park, Arizona.
Todd Ferguson, Nassau, Bahamas.
Connor Leach, Erie, Colorado.
Dalton Woody, Cibolo, Texas.
Dane Milburn from Lincoln, Nebraska. David Berzins, Houston, Texas.
Dave Ryan, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Dayton Watkins, Valley Center, Kansas.
Grant Bloyer, Winfield, Kansas.
Hudson Smith, Waukomis, Oklahoma.
Hugo Kinabuchi, San Diego, California.
Ian Leckie of Owen Park, Kansas.
Justin Durnall, I'm from Windsor, Colorado.
Kalen Haynes, Trophy Club, Texas.
Kendall Theory, Westlake, Louisiana.
Malachi Swartz, Overland Park, Kansas.
Naoki Izumura, Tokyo, Japan.
Natty Solomon, Harrisonburg, Virginia.
Nick Platten from Adelaide, Australia.
Noah Roberts, Wichita, Kansas.
Omar Aguilar, Panama City, Panama.
And welcome back to Oswald Field here as we're into the top of the second. And now batting is the first baseman, Trevor Slaughter. Dane working. That one missing outside. Omar with the backhanded stab. Nice day for baseball, finally. Maybe we can get some of these days to hang around. They've been so few and far between. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. And we are even at 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's a strike. And now the count now moving 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slaughter fights it off, fouls it into the campus activity center. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Omar making the tag. And Slaughter retired the second strikeout of the game for Mr. Milburn. That brings up Kevin Mathis. Larks will be on the road. They're heading up to Creston, Iowa to take on Southwestern Iowa. And that one missing downstairs. Ish almost fell down the stairs. Basketball player Ishmael Moya coming into the press box, almost just biffed it. There's a base hit right side. The Panthers have their first hit of the contest. Mathis singles into a shallow right field. So the Panthers with a runner on. And one away for Sebastian Rowland. Dane working from the stretch, and Omar wants to reset the sign. Quick little look. Check of the runner from Dane. The first pitch, Omar with a snaps it up and misses downstairs. 1 ball. And the 1-0 coming up, and that's too far out, away, and low. And the count 2 balls, no strikes to Rowland. Rowland the DH. Another check. Dane deals. That's a chopper right side and dribbling foul. And the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, a fan of the Panthers, fan of the Larks. We want to hear from you. Heard from a couple people already. And Dane set deals. And Rowland chasing high cheese, and he's quickly even with 2 balls and 2 strikes. Morrissey would have come out of his shoes trying to chase that, wouldn't you have? And the 2-2 coming up. Chopper foul, and Rowland will fight it off. So another long at-bat here for the Panthers. With 1 away and a runner at first. Another foul ball. And looks like Dane being told he can't roll up his sleeves. All kinds of nitpicky rules when you're a pitcher. That one fouled back, and it's wedged in the fence. Ball game over. Nope, I guess we can keep playing. So Rowland's staying alive. It's a long at-bat here for the DH from York's JV. Swing and a miss. Runner goes, and Omar, and the throw gets through Nick. The runner moving up. Rowland out on strikes. But the runner moves up on the error. The Larks have their first error of the contest. Catcher Aaron Valles coming up. 2 outs now for the Panthers. And Dane deals the curve and starts Valles off with the curve strike. We're in the top of the second here from Oswald Field. too low and outside, and our count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dane checking that runner again over at second base. That one missing outside, and we're now 2 balls and 1 strike to Valles. Valles working ahead. Swing and a miss. Valles swings through the pitch, and we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Woody crew watching. Let's go Dirty Birds. Well, Dalton Woody fan club. And the Deuce's wild pitch. Just a little bit low, and we're full 3 balls, 2 strikes. Beautiful day for baseball here from Oswald Field. 275 down the lines, 350 to center, or to the alleys, 390 to center. Swing and a miss, and Valles retired on strikes. That's a 3rd out. 4th strikeout of the game for Dane. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. Larks and Panthers all knotted up with no runs apiece. Back after this here on the Lark Network.
Adriana Ruiz from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Amy Bertado from Whittier, California. Anissa Aguilar, Hacienda Heights, California. Cassidy King from Cochranville, Pennsylvania. Chelsea Smith, Tacoma, Washington.
Jenna Garcia, Hutchinson, Kansas.
Jenna Schneider from Lodi, California.
Jessie Miranda from Turlock, California.
Caitlin Lastly from Salina, Kansas.
My name is Alexis Avalos, and I'm from Yucaipa, California.
Madison O'Brien, Zuni, Virginia.
Malia Sandy from Girard, Kansas.
Paige Biddle from Sacramento, California.
Reese McCrary from Sacramento, California.
My name is Sadie Leatherman, and I'm from Couts, Indiana.
Shay Hoover, Potwin, Kansas.
And welcome back to Oswald Field. Let me clear everything, as we're in the bottom of the 2nd. And Nicholas Peter Frederick Platten making his first debut this season. Finally back from injury, and a swing and a miss from the Aussie. Nick on the ground at the 3rd baseman, Lang playing it across and almost airmailed the throw, but in time. And there's 1 out. Yusei Hondo coming to bat. Yusei hit a home run in the last Lark home game. And Yusei takes a strike from Scully. That one fouled back and out of play, and the count now moves to 0-2. You say calls time, didn't like what he saw. You say fights the curveball off. Lang can't come up with it. It was a hard hit, one hopper past Lang. And you say aboard after the hard hit single. Taking second on his way to third. And you say all the way across. Just never slowed down. You say gets to third, and the Larks have a little something doing with one out. And that brings up Tate Wingfield. And this will be Tate's 6th at-bat on the season. Tate 1 for 5. And Tate shoots one out to the gap in right center, and that'll get through the diving right fielder. Tate's going to have himself a double. And he'll stroll into second, and the Larks take the lead on the double. And Tate gets himself an RBI, and the Larks on the board first. So one out for David Berzins. Dunaway had to come run all the way across and make a dive. Would have been, I'd call that extraordinary effort. All scored a hit. And the curveball from Scully over for a strike. We had a gorgeous evening for baseball tonight. And a swing and a miss from Berzins, and David quickly behind 0-2. He came into today struggling at the dish. 2 for 26 with 4 runs driven in, just a .077 batting average. Curveball stays upstairs. And they count 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mr. Berzins. Berzins a 1 hopper at the shortstop. Latenchi's throw over and in time. And there's 2 outs. Berzins, though, covered some real estate there, just not quite enough. And that'll bring up Zach Duncan. Zach grounded out to third in his first at bat. And Zach takes the curveball over for a strike. So Scully not afraid to work his curve. Wingfield over there at second base. Curve comes inside too far, and Zach wears it. So Zach will trot down to first base, a free pass for the Larks. That will bring up Bob Fujimoto, who struck out. And Bob tries to go the opposite way, fouls it off. Scully trying to get his sign from his catcher, Baez. And does, coming set with 2 on and 2 out. And Bob chases inside, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Bob has 6 runs driven in, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, and now 9 strikeouts on the season. 3 doubles, though, for Bob. Bamba hammers one past Lang, and Bob aboard with the single as that ball went through. And diving back into second. So Bob gets a single and an RBI for his trouble. Zach dives into second, and Tate comes around to score. And the Larks scratch another across. And they now lead 2-0. That'll bring up Caleb Stoll. Caleb had a single in his first at-bat. And Caleb takes the curveball for a strike. Scully now ahead. The 0-1 coming up. Caleb, a mile-high fly ball into shallow left. Going back is Latenci coming on. His left fielder's going to drop in for a base hit. Nobody touches it. Bob goes through the slide and comes home. And Caleb still has a shallow base hit. Nobody touched that, and 2 more runs come in. And the Larks tack up 2 more and now lead 4-1 as Caleb will get a pair of ribbies for that. Bob came running through the sign. Never slowed down, and the Larks put up a big crooked number of 4 runs here in the second. And Omar will come to bat. Even third base coach Chase Glom over there, just kind of wondering what Bob was doing with a smile on his face, came all the way through, scored the run. And Caleb will get 2 ribbies for this trouble. That was going back. That was kind of in no man's land between Mathis and Latenci. At the very last second, Latenci peeled off and it dropped in front of Mathis. Mathis, who's playing very far back today with the wind blowing out to the left field corner. And Omar, who reached on an error. He is over 1. And Omar takes a very healthy swing at it. Omar shoots one, and Lang makes a play over there with the line drive and snags it. So Lang getting his work over there today, makes the play, but the Larks tack up 4. We've played 2 innings. Larks in front 4-0. We'll be back after this here on the Lark Network.
College was the best decision that I could have made for the first 2 years of college. I'm a go-getter, a thinker, I like to be challenged, and I'm getting all that here at Heston. I'm living in a mod with people from all around the world, which is feeding my thirst for a broader worldview. I'm on a first-name basis with my teachers, which is really emphasizing this community that is so present at Heston. And so I'm really glad that I chose to start here at Heston College because I've been given the tools and the mindset to go everywhere.
It was important to try to create community, enjoying the journey together. If you don't enjoy the journey, you're not going to enjoy the destination.
We're getting closer and closer to the start of our 3rd inning. And the Larks have switched pitchers. And Weston Murrow coming to throw for the Larks. Dang gets staked to a 4-0 lead. Weston on the season has appeared in 2 games, has pitched an inning, given up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, and has walked 2, struck out 2, has an ERA of 9.00. We're into the the top of the third, rather, excuse me. Again, whether you're a fan of the Panthers, fan of the Larks, we'd love to hear from you. And Weston, the lefty, misses with 1 ball. The 1-0 coming up. And there's a strike on the outside half to Noah Lang. Lang was busy over there at third base the last inning. That one too far outside, and our count now 2 balls, 1 strike to Lang. There's a strike on the outside corner with the off-speed pitch. And our count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big backdoor breaking ball that doesn't come up on the porch, and we're full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ish is up here in the box thinking he can throw that breaking ball for the strike. That one fouled back to the fence. Right, Ish? No. Oh, okay. All right. Ish just threw straight heat. Is that what you're saying? No. Okay. All right. Hey, at least you're honest, Ish. I'll give you credit. That one too far outside, and Noah Lang draws a walk for York JV, and that brings up Jason Valle. Valle showing bunt. Omar pulls it back. Now Weston's struggling a little bit up there after Dane had 4 strikeouts in 2 innings of work. That one stays too far outside, and 2 balls, no strikes here to the 9-hole hitter Valle, and who plays center field. Weston misses outside again. And they count 3 balls, no strikes. There's a strike. Popped up on the infield. Bob calling for it, making the play. And there's one away. Freddie Latenci coming to bat. Latenci flew out to right field to Zach Duncan, his first at bat. Runner goes. Omar throw too high and Lang aboard with a stolen base as he moves over to second. Fly ball right side. Zach playing it. And no tag as Zach unloads the arm and keeps Lang at second base from right field. And that'll bring up Alex Heinrichs, who grounded out his first at bat, and there's 2 away. Again, we would love to hear from you. Whether it be a fan of the Larks, fan of the Panthers. Tell us who you are, who you're watching, where you're watching from. There's a swing and a miss for Dunaway. Or excuse me, Heinrichs, rather. Weston throws over to Yusei, trying to keep the runner Lang close at second as he has a big lead. That one popped back over the press box. And the count 0-2. People have asked me before if I've ever seen a baseball hit into her. I have, but it's only been during the Babe Ruth tournament. Fouled back into a boom box that shattered into about 32 pieces. I'm missing down and away on the count of 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Heinrichs. On the ground, slow roller. Bob fields it barehanded, can't come up with it, lets the throw go, not in time, throw back across. Bob could not come up with that slow roller. Heinrichs is going to be aboard with a single. And Kurt Dunaway coming up. I don't think Bob could have come up with it if it had come across cleanly as Heinrichs was moving. Kurt Dunaway, right fielder, steps in. He struck out looking his first at bat. So runners at the corners for York. And a very healthy swing at the first pitch from Weston. And Dunaway quickly behind 1 strike. Curveball over for a strike as Heinrichs trots down on a little fielder indifference or defensive indifference, however you want to score it if you're scoring along at home. Won't go down as a stolen base for Heinrichs. Swing and a miss, and Dunaway strands 2. Weston works out of a little mini jam. We've played 2.5. Larks lead 4-0. We're back after this here on the Lark Network.
My name is Denasia Jeffers, and I'm from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
My name is Essence Tolson, and I'm from Yuma, Colorado.
I'm Hannah Klitzman, and I'm from Fort Kansas.
I'm Kadria Hewlett, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm Lexi Salmons, and I'm from Wichita, Kansas. I'm Lindsay Manuel, and I'm from Wichita, Kansas.
My name is Mackenzie Smith, and I'm from Richmond, Texas.
My name is Malaya Bray, and I'm from Hugo, Oklahoma.
My name is Naomi Smith, and I'm from Farmington, New Mexico.
My name is Paris Rawls, and I'm from McKinney, Texas.
My name is Sarah Keck. I'm from Topeka, Kansas.
I'm Unique Fraze, and I'm from Ordway, Colorado.
And welcome back to Oswald Field as we're in the bottom of the third. Kalen Haynes stepping to bat. Kalen flew out to deep center field his first at bat. And Kalen takes a pitch down low for a ball. And the 1-0. Missing, and the count now 2 balls, 1 strike. Got a text from Natalie Park. Listening while driving home from Harry's game today at Northwestern Oklahoma State. Hi, Natalie. Always good to hear from Lark alum parents. And now Kalen quickly ahead. 3 balls, no strikes. Natalie might be the most dedicated baseball texting mom we've had in the last several years. Kaylin with a very huge swing on 3-0. And Kaylin wants to hit. Yeah, that's a challenge out there, Lark parents. I threw down. So the 3-1 coming up. Kaylin fouls it back and stays alive as we're full 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kaylin swings through the high fastball, and that brings up Nick Platten with 1 out. So Nick digging in. He grounded into third in his first at bat. And Nick chops one. Slow roller fielded by Scully. Scully throws over in time to Slaughter. And so the Larks quickly behind with 2 outs. And Yusei takes a strike. He singled his first at bat and scored the first run of the game for the Larks. Fly ball hit a ton up in the air, going to hang up there. And Latenchi comes back and makes the over-the-head catch. That ball just drifted a little bit at the end. Good job by the shortstop to come up with it. Larks go quickly and quietly. We've played 3 from Oswald Field. Larks lead 4-0. We're back after this on the Lark Network.
When we all work together to see what we can collaborate on and how things are going to work together.
I really love that moment when I see a student finally connect with their character. I stop seeing them and I begin seeing the character.
It was important for us to get a page up for managing the social media of the theater department, especially to show what's going on with the show, what's going on with future productions.
I can go in any direction that I want.
I want to give my best and I want to do my best here.
It happens every semester. The students actually do their own cooking. They also coordinate songs, coordinate dances. It gives our students a chance to say, these are the things that are great about my home country that I could bring to you.
It was and welcome back to Oswald Field here on the campus of Heston College. We're talking about the yips in baseball, which is a real thing. It's also a real thing in golf as well. Talking about Rick Ankiel, probably the most famous case of the yips. Had great velocity as a pitcher for the Cards, but all of a sudden could not throw it in the ocean if he was standing on a beach. Morrissey agrees. He's a Cards fan. As Trevor Slaughter takes a ball from Weston. Weston misses a little bit high, but Ankiel did come back as an outfielder for a while. He had a great arm. I thought he was going to have a long career as a pitcher. That one a little sawed-off flare, and Yusei plays it perfectly. Slaughter popping out. If that bat was wood, it would have shattered into about 1.5 billion pieces. We're in the top of the 4th, and this is Kevin Mathis. First pitch swinging, popped out of play. And there's a strike at the knees to Mathis. Pitch missing outside. Time was called, and Weston did the right thing by not stopping his motion. And the count still 0-2. Time called as Mathis digging back in, chopping one foul, and he'll have a little bit of batter's box disco dancing. He stays alive. The 0-2 coming up. That one fouled back into play. So Mathis staying alive. The count 0-2. Weston getting his sign. Curveball. Just misses, and the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. I did not know that. Okay, thank you, Natalie. That Ankiel is trying to come back as a pitcher. Fly ball hit out there to left field, and that is out of here as a home run hit by Mathis after the long at-bat. And York on the board with the home run. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Sebastian Rowland. So a solo shot by Mathis. And Weston giving up his 3rd earned run on the season. Rowland having the count even 1 ball, 1 strike. Rowland struck out in his first at bat. The backdoor breaking ball knifing in for the strike. And the count 1-2. That's on the ground through the whole left side. Base knock for Rowland. Rowland aboard with a seeing eye single, as that ball did definitely have eyes. That'll bring up the catcher, Aaron Valles. Valles struck out, so runner on with 1 out. Apologize if I'm slow on the scoreboard on the screen. I'm trying to do about 42 things at once while flying solo. That one missing outside from Weston. A little action up in the Lark bullpen. Runner going. Omar's throw. Not in time. I don't think Nick could come up with it. It was close. Rowland having the stolen base. The 2nd stolen base of the game for the Panthers. The count 2 balls, no strikes. 3-0 now to Valles. And once again, Weston working And a very healthy cut on 3-0 for Baez. So a good hitter's count on 3-1. Weston missing downstairs. And a walk issued, so free base given up to York, and that brings up Noah Lang. He drew a walk and stole a base back in the third. That is on the ground, and you say over to Nick. Nick rolling up to Caitlin, and the Larks get out of it and roll the double play. The traditional 6-4-3 double play. Larks do a surrender run, but we've played 3.5. Larks lead 4-1. We're back after this on the Lark Network.
Braden Hancock, Brighton, Colorado.
Al Hartley, Bend, Kansas.
I'm Chance Elliott, I'm from Peabody, Kansas.
Chris Gay, Saxby, Texas.
C.R. Curlis, Hayesville, Kansas.
Danny Bradley Jr., Kansas City, Kansas.
Derek McGeer, McKinney, Texas.
Grant Harding, Lewisburg, Kansas.
Ishmael Moyer, Luther, Kansas.
Jacob Baker, Andover, Kansas.
Kazuha Tanji from Japan.
Kendall Pelton, Shinewells, Colorado.
Lucas Comfort, Salina, Kansas.
Malik Murad, Arlington, Texas.
Morgan Cannon, Carrollton, Texas.
Reese Nebel, Heston, Kansas.
Sterling Hicks from the Show Me State, L's up.
And welcome back as we're in the bottom of the fourth. Larks leading 4-1. And starting things off, Tate Wingfield. Tate doubled his first at bat. And a pitch from Scully missing. Scully misses away, and the count 2 balls, no strikes to Tate. Tate pops one up, could stay in play on the right side. The first baseman, Slaughter, making the play. And there's one away for David Bursons. Scully working from the windup, his first pitch dealing and finding the outside corner for the strike. The 0-1. Chopped foul, and Bursons quickly behind with 2 strikes. David grounded out his first at bat. Scully just missing. And they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2. That one stays a little bit high. And our count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Berzins, base knock into left center field. Berzins thinking two. Berzins taking that single and turning it into a double, never slowing down. As that ball actually tailed out there into the gap in left center. Berzins has a much-needed single with one away. As Zach Duncan coming to bat. So another extra base hit for the Larks. That's their second double of the day. Excuse me. And Scully working. Duncan. Zach takes a pitch downstairs in the count. 1-ball. Zach wears the work gloves instead of batting gloves. They last a little bit longer. Curveball. Comes inside for a strike. He was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. I shouldn't say at bat. Did ground out, so he is officially 0 for 1. But has an on-base percentage of .500. The 1-1 coming up. And Zach steps out. Curveball drops in for a strike, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Mr. Duncan. That one upstairs. And the count even 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zach chasing, and he goes down swinging. And that brings up Bob. So 2 away here with a runner aboard at second base for the Larks. And Bob twists his way out of the way of the high fastball. We're under 24 hours from one of the greatest days of the year, March Madness tomorrow. The 1-0. Bob on the ground, through the hole left side, base hit for Bob. And sprinting around was David Berzins. And Bob will take second base on the overthrow. So Bob gets a single, gets a ribby, takes second on the overthrow. And Berzins scoots around, and the Larks add a run to their total, getting the run back they just surrendered. That brings up Caleb Stoll. Caleb 2 for 2. 5-1 our score. Bottom 4. And that one stays upstairs and away. Caleb rips one into the corner. That'll be an extra bases as Bob will score easily. Caleb on his way to second with the double and a ribby, as that was a frozen rope into the left field corner. And the Larks add another run aboard. So Caleb 3 for 3 with 3 runs driven in. And that brings up Omar. Omar 0 for 2. Larks now in front 6-1 here in the 4th. Couple big productions for the Larks with 1 out with 2 outs. Omar calling time. And Scully misses upstairs with the curveball. Likes to start at bats off with a curveball, and I like the faith in the curve. The 1-0. And Omar lays off in the count now. Evens, or excuse me, he moves 2 balls, no strikes. Omar fouls one back and out of play. And they count 2 balls, 1 strike. Larks in front, 6-1 now, here in the bottom of the 4th. Looks like a little action happening up in the York bullpen. And Omar takes a strike at the knees, and the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Omar shoots one out there to center field, but it's going to hang up there. And the play made by Valle. A little line drive fly out. Larks do get a pair there. We've played 4. Larks lead 6-1. We're back after this here on the Lark Network.
It was important to try to create community, enjoying the journey together. I think when the athletes on your team, they kind of understand that what we're doing is more than just performing well and winning the games. If you don't enjoy the journey, you're not going to enjoy the destination.
That happens every semester. The students actually do their own cooking. They also coordinate songs, coordinate dances. It gives our students a chance to say, these are the things that are great about my home country that I could bring to you.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field as we're in the top of the 5th. Larks leading 6-1. And making his appearance today, Hugo Kinabuchi. Hugo on the season has appeared in 2 games. He has 1-1 for the Larks with 5 innings pitched, 7 runs, or excuse me, 7 hits, 9 runs, 7 earned runs. Hugo has walked 3 but struck out 4 and has an earned run average of 12.6. Hugo, a sophomore. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Jason Valle, to start this off here. In the top of the 5th. Larks leading 6-1. Larks softball in action Friday. We'll broadcast that. And the first pitch getting away from Omar. Count 2 balls, no strikes now to Valle. Count 3-0. There's a strike. And Valle drawing the walk. And the first walk of the game for Hugo. Freddie Latenci checking up to bat. He's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to right field. Runner goes. Omar's throw away. One missing upstairs on our count now. 2 balls, no strikes to Latenci. Latenci fouls it back to the fence. That one curving in, and it will hit Latenci. Latenci trying to duck it away. Nothing he could do except wear it. And he is aboard with none outs. Make sure that I've got that all right. So 2 on, none out for Heinrichs, and you're trying to battle back and make some things happen. And they're going to write that down as an official mound conference. So Hugo trying to work his way out of a little bit of a jam here with 2 on and none out. Popped up. And you say making the play. Heinrichs popping out on the first pitch he sees. And as a Braves fan, that's well into the Braves versus Cardinals infield fly rule. Right, Morrissey? Ryan Morrissey up here working the scoreboard's a Cards fan. That one fouled out and backing out of play on the right side as Dunaway now behind in the count, 0-1. Between innings, Boo. We'll put it on. That throw getting away. Runners are going to move up 60 feet, or 90 feet rather. 60 feet. I'm still in the softball mindset. And so now the Panthers with a little something doing. The 0-1 now coming up. Curveball dances in for a strike. And the count 0-2 here to Dunaway with 2 on and 1 out. When the Larks get to bat, we'll talk to Boo Ruiz about some Heston College softball. She'll talk about what we can expect on Friday. As Dunaway striking out. Excuse me, Boo. So 2 away for Trevor Slaughter. And the first pitch from Hugo upstairs for a ball. That one fouled to the right side and out of play. And the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. I can't wait to hear what Boo has to say. She's never shy about speaking her mind. And the 1-1. That one misses downstairs in our count, 2 balls and 1 strike to Trevor Slaughter. Fly ball right side, shallow coming on. Zach on the run and makes his diving, sliding catch for the out. Nice play by Zach. And the Larks dodge the bullet out there as they force the Panthers to strand 2 as we will go to the bottom of the 5th here on the Lark Network. But we're not going to even take a break. We're going to talk to Boo a little bit about Hesston College softball. Hi, Boo.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You guys, coming off a 2-game win against Bethel JV, had to feel pretty good. Boo went deep.
Oh, yeah, I did.
She went deep, was very proud of her shot. It was a line drive bomb, no doubt. No doubt about it.
Left center?
Yeah. Right in your wheelhouse, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So
it means I didn't have to run around the bases? Or sprint, at least?
So, Boo, you guys are going to play Cloud on Friday, actually, moved up to avoid some weather. This is kind of a key matchup here. You're trying to get some momentum going in with the first conference games.
Yes. I mean, with all the breaks we've had and the games that have been postponed, I think we're just excited to be back on the field and getting to play with one another.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough to field simulate ground balls in the candy hops of the campus activity center rather than the actual dirt of the infield, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You get so much nice hops in the CAC, and then you get on the field, and there's that one bad hop, and you're like, oh.
Well, we're not used to that because we're outside. Oh, what do we do? So this is big games for you guys. Looking forward to it. And then maybe Sunday, too, against K-State Salina, supposedly, or K-State's club team.
Well, it's supposed to rain on Sunday, so we'll see what happens.
Right.
But as of right now, we play on Thursday and Friday.
Okay. Oh, you guys are playing tomorrow as well.
Yes, we travel.
Oh, that's right, to Allen tomorrow. That's right, as we're in the bottom of the 5th, and Kaylin Haynes stepping up. That's right, you guys, it's a big weekend of conference softball.
Oh, yeah.
So that one missing downstairs. Larks looking to get on a roll in the conference play. I mean, you guys were picked 11th, so maybe a little bit of disrespect you guys are feeling possibly.
Yeah, but I mean, the only thing we can do is prove them wrong.
That's absolutely right. That one missing outside, and their count now 2 balls, no strikes to Kaylin. And the 2-0 coming up here. Scully still working. And Kaylin fouls it off, and the count now 2 balls, 1 strike. Boo, how hard was it to keep your mindset focused when you went in a literal calendar month between games?
I mean, there was times where we had practices that we just had fun and try to at least keep momentum going. But we also had those serious practices that kept us in check.
Kaylin rips one foul into the net. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kaylin 0 for 2 here with a fly out and a strikeout. So what do you expect? So what do you expect on Thursday and Friday here? Traveling to Allen and back. We're streaming the game on Friday.
I mean, just to have some fun. I mean, it's my last season, so just go out these last, I think, 30 games that we still have.
Yeah, 30 games in like 22 days or something like that. You're going to be playing double headers for the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah.
So the count now full to the big man, Kaylin. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Kaylin strikes out for the second time today, and that'll bring up Nick Platten. Nick has jumped all over everything. The first pitch he's seen, he's over 2 with 2 groundouts. So the Aussie digging in. As like we said, Lark softball, and they'll be in action on Friday. If you guys have questions for Boo, shoot me a text. She'll answer questions.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Even relationship advice. Boo will give all kinds of relationship advice or life advice, whichever you want.
I go life, not relationships.
Oh, come on, Boo. Don't sell yourself short. No. The 0-1 coming up. I was going to tell you, in this seat, you have to answer life questions. So that one downstairs to Nick, and the count now 1 ball, 1 strike to the Aussie. The 1-1 as Scully delivers. And that one downstairs. Boo, what do you think the strengths are of you guys so far? I mean, like I said, it's been rough to find some rhythm, but overall, team chemistry, or are we looking at some awesome pop in the lineup? What do you think?
I think for the most part, we have a solid defense, but then I think our bats are kind of what keeps us in the game as we play.
Nick takes a strike on the outside half, and the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, I think your offense up there, you can put some runs up on the board in a hurry.
Yeah, we have some pretty fast runners who are able to get around the bases pretty quick.
Boo also had a stolen base. Boo had a home run and a stolen base. A great first game in that game 1.
Well, if I'm being completely honest, the stolen base was a missed sign, but I was safe. So.
Hey, it goes down in the book as a stolen base. Do not ever kid yourself on a stolen base. So we now have 2 outs here. Yeah, you had a great day. Single, stolen base, bomb, copyright infringement. There's that, but we'll get away with that. We won't worry about the copyright infringement. And this is Yusei takes a strike. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a pop out. Larks in front 6-1. We're in the bottom of the 5th. So if they can't tune in and they want to come out, you recommend coming and seeing some softball at the City Ball Diamond?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if you've never been to at least a college softball game, it's not one to miss.
Yusei shoots one out to the right side, flying out. Larks go quickly and quietly, 1, 2, 3. So we'll be back here in the top of the 6th on the Lark Network. Oh, she's all on that. All right. Way to go, Boo. We're going to go ahead and play an ad.
It was important to try to create community, enjoying the journey together. I think when the athletes on your team, they kind of understand that what we're doing is more than just performing well and winning the games. If you don't enjoy the journey, you're not going to enjoy the destination.
Pookie coming to pitch. And welcome back here to Oswald Field on the campus of Heston College. Rusty Witcher alongside Boo Ruiz as Connor Leach, also known as Pookie Bear, coming in to pitch. So, Boo, you're a sophomore. What's your major?
I'm currently doing nursing.
Okay. All right. What's on top for you? What's on top for you next year?
Hopefully to come back, but as of right now, I'm still undecided of what I'm going to do next year because I know it's a 4-year nursing program, but at this point, I'm kind of struggling whether or not to go home.
Okay. All right.
But, I mean, if I do go home, I'm going to go home and do the nursing program out there and still get the same type of, not the same degree, but the same common.
So Connor coming into the pitch. And for those of you not aware, Boo is from New Mexico.
505.
The 505. I get a lot of 505 text messages, so... All right, as we are getting closer and closer to Connor making his first appearance today. Connor has appeared in 1 game. He's pitched 1/3 of an inning and has walked 2. He is known as Pookie Bear. I found that out from a couple of your teammates, actually.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Chelsea and Maddie let me know that he is known as Pookie Bear. So you tell me a nickname, I'm going to write it or beat it like a dead horse, whichever way you want to take it. But Pookie Bear on the mound for the Larks in the top of the 6th. Larks leading 6-1, and this is Kevin Mathis. Mathis hit a home run his last at bat. And that one missing downstairs.
How far is York from here?
It's about 4 hours. It's a straight shot up 81, 135 to 81. Just head north. In Nebraska.
I'm going to act like I know my north, south, east, and west here.
Okay, that's that way behind us. There's a line drive, and Mathis has a base hit. He's having himself a game. He is now 3 for 3 for the Panthers. With Sebastian Rowland coming to bat. Put a runner on base there. And Rowland, the DH, is 1 for 2 with a stolen base.
Are we doing balls and strikes?
No, I'm not doing balls and strikes. That's too much for me to do.
Okay, well, I'm sitting here, so.
Okay, Boo's going to step in for balls and strikes. I like that. And there is a pitch inside for a ball. So, Boo, here's my question for you. Who's your major league team?
If I'm being completely honest, I watch MLB, but I don't have a specific team.
Okay. Specific
players?
But I mean,
I grew up, yeah. Not Not really players either, but I mean, I grew up around my club coach who always was a Cubs fan. So
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan, but.
Oh, wow, you just made Morrissey's ears sting. He's a Cardinals fan and he can't stand anything Cubs. You can't say that, Morrissey. You cannot. That is illegal. I've seen it in the baseball rules. You cannot be a Cubs fan or Cards fan and have your favorite team as the Cubs. It's not. No, Morrissey, stop. Just stop. The count, 2 balls, no strikes here to Roland with a runner on and none out. And Connor pitched the throw, and that one in time this time.
Got him.
And Omar gunning down Mathis. And there's one away. Look at Boo go. She cleaned the scoreboard or cleaned the runner off. Way to go, Boo. I count 2 balls, 1 strike now to Roland. Roland fouls it back and out of play. And here's Reese McCrary, also known as the Sloth. Own it. Just own it, Reese. Swing and a miss, and Roland goes down.
Strike out of the book. Yeah.
What did she say?
Am I talking?
Yeah, she's talking. Yes, we're 2 outs now in the 6th. That dog made an appearance here last year.
Yeah, that's when that was running in the outfield.
Yeah. That dog just wants to play as there's a chopper foul off the bat of Valles.
I think this is one of the nicest days we've had in a while.
I know, and you guys are going to have a great day on Friday to play ball at the City Ball Diamond, too.
Yeah, we were originally supposed to play Saturday, but...
There's a curve over from Pookie for a strike in the count 0-2. Yeah, and it was nice to be able to move that game to get this conference game in. That ball popped up. It's a long run for Omar, but Omar can't come up with it. And so Valles, with some batter's box disco dancing, Boo, he's staying alive.
Some disco dancing.
That's right. I know that's before your time, but we'll roll with it. Valles 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Connor well ahead. The 0-2. Too far inside, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boo's a corner infielder. She'll play the hot corner or first base, either one. Which is your favorite?
Third.
Third, the hot corner.
Get less time to think about fielding and just go with it.
Swing and a miss. Connor striking out back-to-back Valles and Roland. And the Larks hold the Panthers scoreless. 1-2-3. We'll go to the top or the bottom of the 6th. Back after this here on the Lark Network.
Adriana Ruiz from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Amy Bertado from Whittier, California. Anissa Aguilar, Hacienda Heights, California. Cassidy King from Cochranville, Pennsylvania. Chelsea Smith, Tacoma, Washington.
Jenna Garcia, Hutchinson, Kansas.
Jenna Schneider from Lodi, California.
Jessie Miranda from Turlock, California.
Caitlin Lastly from Salina, Kansas.
My name is Alexis Avalos, and I'm from Yucaipa, California.
Madison O'Brien, Zuni, Virginia.
Malia Sandy from Girard, Kansas. Paige Biddle from Sacramento, California.
Reese McCrary from Sacramento, California.
My name is Sadie Leatherman and I'm from Couts, Indiana.
Shay Hoover, Potland, Kansas.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field on the campus of Heston College. As Tate Wingfield stepping into the bottom of the sixth, Larks with a 6-1 lead. I've been joined in the broadcast booth by Boo Ruiz, the 505.
Do you know how many times you said my name in a matter of 30 seconds when I hit that home run? It's about 5 times in like 30 seconds.
What would you want me to do? Not say your name?
I don't know. I just laughed.
The 1-0 coming up to Tate, and the curveball drops in for the strike. Scully still working here in the sixth. And they count 1 ball, 1 strike.
And they leave to Iowa tomorrow, right?
The baseball team leaves to Iowa tomorrow.
How many games are they playing?
4-game set. Friday, Saturday. They're going to play 4. Swing and a miss from Tate, and he's quickly behind in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I bet they're pretty excited to actually start playing.
Oh, shots fired. Natalie Park saying, shame on you, Ryan Boo Cubs. Swing and a miss from Tate. He goes down, striking out. And that brings up David Berzins. Berzins doubled in his last at bat. I tried to explain it to him, Natalie. I really did. Even I know that, and I'm a Braves fan.
My parents are a Braves fan.
Good. Your parents have good taste. I believe you also root for the correct team in the NFL as well.
Cowboys?
Yes, as Berzins fouls it off to the right. As I said, the correct team.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, yes. I grew up watching the Cowboys ever since I was little.
So did I. The 0-1 coming up. Kendall throwing down his Saints stuff. Swing and a miss for Berzins. I didn't know. Do they just give that out? You don't have to actually be a fan? And the count 0-2. That one missing outside. So David looks at the ball on the outside path. And they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Berzins doubled his last at bat. Berzins fouls one back and out of play. What time are the games scheduled for on Friday?
I believe
I haven't even looked.
4 and 6.
Okay, I think you're right. 4 and 6, yeah. So 4 and 6 will be live right there about 5 minutes beforehand as Berzins looks at a ball downstairs, and they count even 2 balls and 2 strikes. You guys have questions for Boo? And a swing and a miss as Berzins retired. Scully now dealing. 7 strikeouts on the day for Scully. Zach Duncan, 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch and scored a run. Got a text saying, nice job, Connor Leach. Furman University is watching you. Furman playing WSU tonight, I do believe, in the NIT. So I have to give a shout out to my alma mater, the Shocks. So Zach ahead 1 ball. Little bit of action out there in the bullpen for York, and Zach takes the strike, and the count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Zach swing and a miss, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Bob's on deck. Bob's had himself a multi-hit day. Couple of singles, couple of runs driven in. Scully dealing. That one downstairs, and the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 The Deuces Wild pitch coming up. Swing and a miss for Duncan. And the Larks side is striking out. And we'll play a ad here in just a second. Be back after this here on the Lark Network.
Robbie Rod, Houston, Texas.
Brett Heichman, Lindsborg, Kansas.
Caden Bartlett, Amber, Oklahoma.
Caleb Stoll, Litchfield Park, Arizona.
Tatum Ferguson, Nassau, Bahamas.
Connor Leach, Erie, Colorado.
Dalton Woody, Cibolo, Texas.
Dane Milburn from Lincoln, Nebraska. David Berzins, Houston, Texas.
Dave Ryan, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Dayton Watkins, Valley Center, Kansas.
Grant Bloyer, Winfield, Kansas.
Hudson Smith, Waukomis, Oklahoma.
Hugo Kinabuchi, San Diego, California. Ian Leckie, Overland Park, Kansas.
Justin Darnell, I'm from Windsor, Colorado.
Kalen Haynes, Trophy Club, Texas.
Kendall Theory, Westlake, Louisiana.
Malachi Swartz, Overland Park, Kansas.
Naoki Izumura, Tokyo, Japan. Natty Solomon, Harrisonburg, Virginia.
Nick Platten from Adelaide, Australia.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field. We're going to stop that ad. Boo, tell me a story. How did you get the nickname Boo?
Okay, I guess when I was little, my parents, I want to say they heard the song My Boo by Usher, but then they want to say that it was Boo from Monsters, Inc.
Okay. All right. So which is the story?
I just go with both of them.
Okay, all right.
So when I tell the story, I go with both.
Okay. All right.
But I'm surprised it stuck with me throughout college. I thought it was going to, like...
Oh, no, huh? See, I'm going to tell you this much right now. Nicknames have a tendency to stick with you no matter how long you go.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Even some of the professors call me Boo. Kevin Wilder. Yeah.
Oh, I can understand that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. So Noah Lang stepping up here to face Dalton Woody, I do believe is making his appearance on the mound. Dalton has yet to record a win or a loss. He's pitched in 9 innings. And the first pitch to Noah Lang is a ball. Dalton with 13 hits, 10 runs, 10 earned runs, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, and an ERA of 10.00. Count now 2 balls, no strikes to Lang. Lang grounded into double play his last at bat. He's 0 for 1. That one, skipping down in front of Omar. And they count 3 balls and no strikes. Got a text saying, let's go, D. Wood. Throw strikes, son. So the Woody crew texting in.
It's funny, I first met Woody down at one of the restaurants in Newton.
Okay.
And, like, his mom came up to me and was like, you go to Heston? I was like, yeah. She goes, you're on the softball team? And I was like, yes. And then I met his parents.
Okay.
So that was
amazing.
The first.
Amazing how the world seems small all of a sudden at times, doesn't it? Jason Valle coming up to bat with a runner on here in the top of the 7th. Let me switch this for you. So we're going to have to put that back up. There we go. There we go. Top 7. And that pitch missing downstairs. And 1 ball now to Jason Valle. Boo, are you going to watch any March Madness?
I mean, if it's on TV, I will, but...
Who are you going to pick? Who are you going to pick in the Final Four?
I don't even know who's in the Final Four. I don't even know who's in.
It's a fly ball out to Zach Duncan. Duncan makes a play. It's not quite the College World Series of softball.
No, I definitely stick to my softball.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Over spring break, I went to go see OU and Grand Canyon and Northwestern.
Who's your team?
OU definitely.
OU? Okay.
No doubts about that.
All right. Freddie Latenci stepping up. Latenci 0 for 2 was hit by a pitch with a runner on and 1 out, and Latenci fouls it out of play on the right side. Big curveball that just misses from D-Wood.
No, that'll kind of look nice to me.
And the 1-1 coming up. Fly ball right side. Zach going back, tracking and making the play. Zach had a pretty busy day out there in right field. That's the 5th flyout to right field.
My mom said, tell Rusty that I don't have time to watch TV or March Madness because I'm too busy studying.
Right. A good designated, a good dedicated college student like yourself.
Pass thrown ball gets run to third over there.
It does. A dedicated college student like yourself has no time to watch TV. Sure. We'll go with that, Boo. In fact, there's a fly ball back to the deepest part of the ballpark. Going back, Tate Winfield. No, that's made a play by David Berzins. Berzins tracks it down and takes it away. Berzins covering some real estate out there, and the Larks dodge another bullet. As we have played 6.5, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. We'll be back after this here on the Lark Network.
How do you scoot it over?
Like this. You double.
I don't use MacBooks. Oh.
It was important to try to create community, enjoying the journey together. I think when the athletes on your team, they kind of understand that what we're doing is more than just performing well and winning the games. If you don't enjoy the journey, you're not going to enjoy the destination.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field. Jasmine Pankratz texting in saying, add a kid Duncan. Jazz, we miss you up here in the broadcast booth. Boy, do we miss you. And then Go Larks and Boo from the 505. And a beautiful day for baseball. The Solomons cheering on from Harrisonburg, Virginia. So a lot of people texting in as we're going to the bottom of the 7th, and Bob Fujimura coming to bat. Bob 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, 2 runs driven in, and a strikeout. And Bob chases the first pitch he sees. I know what you mean about being a dedicated student, Boo. I never missed class. I did all my homework.
Props to you, Rusty.
I can't even say that with a straight face as Bob takes a strike on the lower corner. The 0-2. Bob, a little flare. He sawed off. Latenci makes the play. And that brings up Caleb Stoll, who has had himself a day. 2 singles, a double, 3 runs driven in. And Caleb tearing the cover off the ball as his average goes above 400. So Lark softball on the road to Allen tomorrow, and then they're home for Cloud. And Caleb takes a strike. 2 conference games. And Larks looking for their first conference win. They're 0-2 in the conference season. And that's shot through the hole on a base hit. Caleb Stoll is turning into an incredibly tough out. 4 for 4, 3 singles, a double, and 3 runs driven in. Got a text saying, good inning by D. Woody, tuning in from KC. They absolutely do. I've had people ask, Jazz. Absolutely. Jasmine Pankratz texting in. Omar digs in with a runner on and 1 out. Fly ball right side. And going back is the first baseman, Lauder, who makes the play. And there's 2 outs quickly here for the Larks for Kalen Haynes. Kalen looking to get himself started. He's 0 for 3 with a fly out to center and 2 strikeouts. Some more action in the Lark bullpen and someone getting hot, as they say. So runner on with 2 outs here for the Larks. They lead 6-1. Kalen shoots one, and that is going to be a base hit into the corner. Kalen taking second. Long strides by Kalen. Never slows down. Kalen's going to get himself a double. And breaks out of the slump and moves Caleb all the way to third. And that brings up Nicholas Peter Frederick Platten. Nick looking for his first hit of the year. Got a text saying, hi, I'm from Harrisonburg, Virginia. Yes, you are, the 540 area code. I do know that one rather well. As Nick digs in. That one missing downstairs, one of my closest friends, Julie Martin Yoder, out there in Harrisonburg. Came to Hessen. We became friends there. Became friends here. Still friends to this day. Works in the financial side of things. Nick Platten, 0 for 3. Nick with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. As Scully working here in the 7th.
Is that his nickname?
Who's that?
I don't know. Oh,
no, it's,
never mind.
It's Trayton Scully.
Oh, okay. Got it.
The count 2 balls, no strikes to Nick. Swing and a miss as Nick chases the high curve. That gets away, and Caleb almost thought about coming home, but that is picked up by the second baseman, Heinrichs. So no life questions for Boo. Someone text me a life question for Boo, what it's like to be a Hessen College student, something along those lines. Boo will answer it. That one downstairs in the count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Well, that one almost gets away from Scully again on the throwback from Valles. Boo, were you always a corner infielder?
Yes, ever since I grew up. I mean, so my whole life I played third, but once I had knee surgery going into my freshman year, I then got moved to first base because it's a little easier on your knee than third base.
Nick draws a walk, and the meadow is full. The nest is occupied, an exaltation of Larks on the base paths, and that's going to close the book on Scully, I do believe, as they will be bringing in a new pitcher. We'll take a break and be back after this here on the Lark Network.
Robbie Rod, Houston, Texas.
Brett Heichman, Lindsborg, Kansas.
Caden Bartlett, Amber, Oklahoma.
Caleb Stoll, Litchfield Park, Arizona.
Cottom Ferguson, Nassau, Bahamas.
Connor Leach, Erie, Colorado.
Dalton Woody, Cibolo, Texas.
Dade Milburn from Lincoln, Nebraska. David Berzins, Houston, Texas.
Dave Ryan, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Dayton Watkins, Valley Center, Kansas.
Grant Bloyer, Winfield, Kansas.
Hudson Smith, Waukomis, Oklahoma.
Hugo Kinabuchi, San Diego, California.
Ian Leckie of One Park, Kansas.
Justin Durnall, I'm from Windsor, Colorado.
Kalen Haynes, Trophy Club, Texas.
Kendall Theory, Westlake, Louisiana.
Malachi Swartz, Overland Park, Kansas.
Naoki Kizumura, Tokyo, Japan.
Natty Solomon, Harrisonburg, Virginia.
Nick Platten from Adelaide, Australia.
Noah Roberts, Wichita, Kansas.
Omar Aguilar, Panama City, Panama.
Quinn Gettle, Joplin, Missouri.
Robert Salcedo, Puerto Rico.
Yusei Hando from Japan.
Tate Winfield, Kerrville, Texas.
Weston Murrow, Wichita, Kansas.
Yusuke Fuji, Japan.
Zach Duncan, Okima, Oklahoma.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field on the campus of Hesston College. Rusty Witcher alongside Boo Ruiz. As we are here, the bases are loaded with 2 outs here for Yusei Hando. As Yusei stepping up, he's 1 for 3 with a single and a pop out and a fly out. But the meadow is occupied. The nest is full. The scientific name of a group of larks is an exultation. There's an exultation on the base paths. Logan Durgo into pitch now, and Durgo's first pitch downstairs for a ball to Yusei. Yusei hit a home run in the last game. And the 1-0. Big curve comes behind Yusei. Yusei to his knees to avoid it. Natalie Park texting him and said, wet to watch the boys play when they open the season in Texas. Caleb is the real deal, can flat out play, and he is having himself a day at the dish. The 2-0 coming up. Durgo getting his sign. And that is right back up the middle. Seeing single for Yusei. And a run coming in. Kalen Haynes on his way home. Yusei taking second, knocks in a pair of runs on the single. And the Larks put up one of those vaunted crooked numbers on the scoreboard and now lead 8-1 after in the 7th. Tate Wingfield coming to bat. Tate doubling in the first inning. Popped out and struck out. As Berzin's on deck. So I think that is almost a base hit for every Lark today. That one missing downstairs to Tate. No, oh, excuse me, Nick and Omar are the two that are looking for hits today. So 7 of the 9 Larks have at least one hit. Popped up, mile high, long run for the right fielder, Dunaway, but he makes the play, and but the Larks do score 2 on the fly ball, shallow fly ball to right field. We've played 7, Larks lead 8-1. We'll be back after this on the Lark Network. Fire ad.
College was the best decision that I could have made for the first 2 years of college. I'm a go-getter, a thinker, I like to be challenged, and I'm getting all that here at Hesston. I'm living in a mod with people from all around the world, which is feeding my thirst for a broader worldview. I'm on a first-name basis with my teachers, which is really emphasizing this community that is so present at Hesston. And so I'm really glad that I chose to start here at Hesston College because I've been given the tools and the mindset to go everywhere.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field on the campus of Hesston College. We're on to the top of the 8th. Larks leading 8-1. So Lark softball will be on the road at Allen, and I'm not sure if Allen streams the softball games or not. The best way to check that out is to go to the Jayhawk website, kjccc.org, and down at the bottom, click media and the media and videos. You'll be able to find that and find out if Allen does. I don't remember, to be quite honest, Boo. If Allen does or not.
If I remember correctly, I don't think they do.
I don't think so.
I just remember last year we played and it was like 10 degrees and snowing.
You're not bitter at all about that, are you? So, Larks will be in action tomorrow, and got a new pitcher on the mound for the Larks. And I believe this is Mr. Gettle. Quinn Gettle coming in to pitch here for the Larks. And this is a case where the Larks can get some arm work for some of the relievers to get a couple innings now and then, as they've had as much of a break as you guys have. This is one of the strangest things that I've ever seen winter-wise. Growing up here in Kansas my entire life, it's been weird. It has been weird. You know, you guys have lost, I think, something like a dozen games so far this season. Baseball team has lost, I think, something like 15 to cancellations, as Dunaway stepping up. He's 0-for-3. And a fly ball on the right side. And all 3 of his outs have been strikeouts, so he is hovering in the golden sombrero territory. Unfortunately. So Dunaway behind in the count, 0-1. Numbers for Quinn on the season has a 15.43 ERA. 2 1/3 innings pitched with a 1 hit, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts for Quinn. The 1-1 delivery. There's a strike at the knees, and they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And our friendly neighborhood Pooch is back. That's on the ground, but foul down the left field line. That dog was here a couple years ago or a year ago, and I remember trying to figure out who it was and catching it, but I don't remember. Swing and a miss, and Dunaway strikes out for the 4th time today. The unfortunate golden sombrero for Dunaway. That'll bring up Trevor Slaughter. Slaughter 0-for-3 with a strikeout, a pop-out, and a fly-out. Back in the day, Boo, former head coach Art Mullet used to pay. That one popped back into play over us. Pay some kids here. They'd get $5 a game to go chase baseballs. They loved it. If you're elementary school age or very young middle school, $5 is $5.
Yeah, money's money. You're not going to complain about it.
No. I might have done it for free.
That's too much work.
The 0-1 on the ground at Bob. Bob vacuums it up. Throw across to Kalen in time. And that'll bring up Mathis. Mathis is 3-for-3. He's having himself a very good game today with 2 singles and a home run and a run driven in. So he's having himself a good day at the dish as we're in the top of the 8th. Larks lead 8-1. It's also nice to have the sun around longer.
Oh, yes.
It took me a little bit to be adjusted to the daylight savings time. And Quinn comes inside for a strike. Big curve drops in for the strike, and even Mathis is smiling about that great big deuce. That was a vicious curve. I would have jelly-legged. So the count 0-2 here now.
That ball just moves.
That one just misses from Quinn. There is a lot. Quinn thought it was strike 3. That was too close. I would have been trying to swing after seeing that great big curve.
I mean, you got to protect your zone when you have 2 strikes on you.
You do. The 1-2 on the way. That one just a little bit too far outside. And they count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. So deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. And now they count full 3 balls, 2 strikes. Long at bat from Mathis. The last time he had a long at bat, he hit one over the fence. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Slider, breaky ball, whatever it was. Mathis goes down. We've played 7.5. Larks lead 8-1. We're back after this on the Lark Network.
Braden Hancock, Brighton, Colorado.
Kyle Hartley, Bend, Kansas.
I'm Chance Sully, I'm from Peabody, Kansas.
Chris Gay, Saxe, Texas.
C.R. Curlis, Hayesville, Kansas.
Danny Bradley Jr., Kansas City, Kansas. Derek McGeer, McKinney, Texas.
Grant Harding, Lewisburg, Kansas.
It's from Moyer, Lubbock, Kansas.
Jacob Baker, Andover, Kansas.
Kazuha Tanji from Japan.
Kendall Pelton, Shinewells, Colorado.
Lucas Comfort, Salina, Kansas.
Malik Murad, Arlington, Texas.
Morgan Cannon, Carrollton, Texas.
Reese Nebel, Heston, Kansas.
Sterling Hicks from the Show Me State, L's up.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field. Rusty Witch alongside Boo Ruiz. As we're having fun. I'm glad Boo could stop by. If you guys have any Heston College softball questions, text us. Boo will answer them as we're in the bottom of the 8th. Larks leading 8-1. And David Burzen steps in, and the first pitch Burzen sees, he taps it foul. Boo's a corner infield for the Larks. Corner infielder. Cowboys fan. OU softball fan. And the 1-0 as Burzen's chasing, and the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball that stays upstairs, and the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Boo, what's been your favorite class? Excuse me, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
This year I'm in a mass communication class, and it's more talking about how humans interact with one another, whether it's on social media or just in general.
Okay.
So.
I bet that it would be some interesting discussions.
Yeah,
who teaches that?
Kelsey Rhinechester.
Rickner.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Kelsey Rickner. Chasing that as David striking out looking. That brings up Zach Duncan, and Duncan takes a healthy hack. 1 strike. The 0-1 coming up. And Duncan misses, or that pitch misses downstairs, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball drops in for a strike to Duncan, and Zach now behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. I hear that dog. It's somewhere. As Duncan hammers one foul down the left field line. And Duncan chasing. And Duncan striking out for the third time today. Bob Fujimura coming to bat. And Bob's 2 for 4.
Rusty, I'm sitting here thinking about how this is going to be my last season on a team with girls that enjoy the same thing I do. And it's getting kind of surreal, but I think it's that time to hang up the cleats.
Is it? I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. At some point, you hang up the cleats and you focus on your academics and your career.
Oh, yeah.
As Bob fouls the first pitch back, the 0-1. And that curve stays too far in, and the count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, you guys have a pretty good group, don't you, that run around together?
Oh, yes. Yes. Definitely made the best of friends in college because of softball, even from my club team back home.
And
I mean, they're friends that stick around for a while.
Oh, they're friends for life, Boo.
Yeah.
They count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Maybe someday you can coach a little softball.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's the plan.
As that one shot back up the middle, Bob with a base hit up the middle. That ball had eyes. Grounder goes through the hole, and Bob with his 3rd hit of the day. That brings up Caleb Stull. Oh, check that. No, we've got a pinch hitter. Brett Heitschmidt coming to bat in place of Caleb. Brett Heitschmidt from Lindsborg, Kansas, played quarterback for the Smoky Valley Vikings. Also played baseball, obviously. So, Brett, a freshman, actually has some Heston ties in his grandparents who live here in Heston. Jim and Jan Diller. The world suddenly gets small, doesn't it, Boo?
Yes, it does.
Brett takes a ball downstairs, and this is Brett's first official at-bat on the season. I played softball against Brett's dad. He could hit a softball a long way. And the 1-0. That one missing downstairs. And they count now 2 balls and no strikes. I do have a question for Boo after this pitch. Throw back. My question to Boo is, when you come home for the summer, back to the 505, are you really going to hang up the cleats?
For fast pitch, yes, I would say, but I'll probably play a little slow pitch.
All right, okay, all right.
So, I mean...
Okay, so not fully hanging them up.
Yes.
Swing and a miss for Brett, and the count now 2 balls, 1 strike. I can say I've hung up the cleats.
Yes. I mean, I've always been around slow pitch because of my parents.
Okay.
They've played that. My dad still plays to this day.
Okay.
So I just enjoy being on at the fields, whether it's playing or
Hey, I hung my slow pitch cleats after a 20-year season, so 20 years worth of seasons. So, not a 20-year season. Is Brett swinging a miss, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. I played from the time I was 18 till I was 38.
Ooh, I've played since I was 4, and I'm currently 20.
Oh, okay.
So, if you want to do the math.
16.
Oh, 16 years then.
The 2-2 coming up. That pitch misses outside, and the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. My friends and I were talking about that the other day, and we've kind of put it together. I think I played in something like 80 tournaments over my career.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. I played club ball since I was about 9, I want to say. And then we've played countless of tournaments.
The 3-2 coming up.
Bob is going.
And that pitch downstairs, Bob doesn't have to do anything as Brett draws a walk. So he'll have an on-base percentage of 1 in a billion.
That's always my favorite when you have a full count, 2 outs, that runners should be going automatically.
Absolutely, Boo. Absolutely. And that'll bring up Omar. Omar still looking for his first hit of the day. He is over 4. as we are into the bottom of the 8th with 2 on and 2 outs here. And Omar, first pitch from Durgo, missing away. We're having a lot of fun, as we always do. So you guys need to tune in if you're a Lark baseball fan. Tune in and watch Boo play on Friday on the Lark Network, as that one misses upstairs in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Watch Boo and the women.
Yeah, we definitely play this weekend. Then we play next weekend too, and I'm pretty excited. I mean, I'm pretty sure my parents are coming out. So
okay.
I'm hoping my sister can come. So.
Hard hit ball at the shortstop, and the shortstop Latenci. That's not Latenci, but he'll take it himself and make the play.
Got a nice hop.
So the Larks strand a pair. We've played 8. Larks lead 8-1. We're back with the top of the 9th after this. Look at you, just falling into it. Nice job. Nice job. Oh, Kalen coming into pitch.
That happens every semester. The students actually do their own cooking. They also coordinate songs, coordinate dances. It gives our students a chance to say, these are the things that are great about my home country that I could bring to you.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field on the campus of Heston College. Kalen Haynes coming into pitch. Kalen on the season, he's appeared in 3 games. He's 1-1 on the season with 10 innings pitched, 10 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts, and an ERA of 6.30. So Kalen's going to get some work here as Noah Roberts has taken over first base. Guessing Noah takes over for Caleb in the batting order. And Sebastian Rowland to lead this off here in the top of the 9th. Larks with a 7-run lead. Hey, Boo.
Yes.
Do you think it's important to be versatile in first base, the way you do the splits to save a ball in the dirt?
Of course, you always got to give that extra mile to save a play, whether the ball's in the dirt or up in the air.
I might be able to do half the splits, but once I go down, it's going to take all of you to help me back up. But I'm older and decrepit, so.
Yeah, I don't have that problem yet.
Tread lightly, young one. Tread lightly. I remember being your age. So Kalen coming in to pitch, and he will be batting against Roland. So Omar still behind the dirt, or the dish, I should say. Noah has moved over to first base. So Kalen, the lefty, coming in, get a couple innings worth of work. Or an innings worth of work. And the first pitch is a fastball that tails away. Had some velo on it, just moving. I do believe Kalen can hit upper 80s. The 1-0. Comes back, took a little bit off, and that one misses downstairs. And they count now 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss from Roland. And the count now 2 balls, 1 strike. Kalen delivers. too far outside. The count 2 balls, 2 strikes. For those of you who don't know, the Lark softball players wear visors with heart and CH for Cal Hartley, correct?
Yes, for his sister, Claire.
Her sister,
yes.
for Claire. Swing and a miss for Roland.
They say you should always play with purpose, and this year that's what our focus is.
I like it. Boo, when playing third base with a slower pitcher, what do you feel is the most important thing you have to do?
With the slow pitcher, you got to be thumbs up. I mean, that ball is going to come pretty hard. So you just got to be awake out there. Got to have a quick reaction time.
Swing and a miss for Roland, and Kalen records a strikeout. One away here in the top of the ninth. That'll bring up Aaron Baez, the catcher. We'll get Reese on here, too, at some point and see what Reese has to say. Oh, she says no. So Baez 0 for 2. And that one squirts away from Omar. I don't know why Reese is shy. Do you, Boo?
No, she's not shy. I just don't know why she doesn't want to get on the air.
Is that what it is, Reese? She won't even look over here. The 1-0. And the count 2 balls, no strikes. Reese did have one of the better heads-up play on the slow-rolling ball that was going to roll. That if she picks it up, it's a base hit. She let it roll foul, just patiently waited, and the runner had to come back and hit. Swing and a miss from Baez. And they count 2 balls, 1 strike. No, I'm giving you a compliment, Reese. It was a great heads-up play. Well, you just looked at me funny.
She put on Twitter and asked for people's opinions if she should have let it go. Or...
She absolutely should have let it go.
Yeah, I agree.
One missing upstairs, and they count 3 balls and 1 strike. There are too many catchers that would have pounced on that, but then force a throw.
Yeah, and the runner's already more than halfway there.
The runner's already halfway there. Reese just kind of calmly picked it up and tossed it back on the foul ball. There's a strike, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Baez with 1 out. Payoff pitch upcoming. Kalen gets what he likes. Swing and a miss, and Kalen striking out Baez. 2 away here. And this is number 23, Tyler Lauenstein. Tyler Lauenstein coming to bat. That one missing downstairs. The 1-0. A healthy hack by Lauenstein. And to count 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 coming up. Big curveball over for a strike. Boo. Have you played every position on the field, including catcher?
Is this my mother?
I'm not sure who
definitely
it is.
My mother.
It's probably a 5. It's a 505 area code.
Yes. I've been put in the outfield, even though I probably shouldn't have because I don't have the speed. But when you're a player, you should know how to play every position.
That's
and
absolutely
right.
right.
I caught from like rookies in Little League all the way to my senior year in high school, and I got to college and I was like, I don't want to catch no more. Like,
it's
not for me.
The count now: 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm glad Boo could stop by. This has been highly entertaining.
Instead of just sitting here by yourself.
Well, I like having someone else up here. I was getting a little lonely, and we weren't miking up Morrissey. But Morrissey even agreed, said no. So even though Morrissey's dad wanted us to. The 2-2 on the way. That one just downstairs. The count now rides full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So big payoff pitch here in the top of the 9th. And that one fouled out of play. I've got one more question for Boo. Being out of state in college, how many times do you talk to your mom per day?
Oh. That's countless of times. I mean, I call her about at least 5 times a day.
Okay, all right. And 3-2 coming up. I think that's from Mom then texting.
Oh, yeah.
Payoff pitch one more time for Kaylin. And strike 3 called outside corner. Kaylin strikes out the side, and that is going to do it here. Larks come away with an 8-1 victory as they will move on to travel this weekend to southwestern Iowa. Lark softball will be in action Friday right here on the Lark Network. We'll be bringing it to you at 4 and 6. Thanks for stopping by, Boo.
Of course.
All right, for Boo Ruiz, I'm Rusty Witcher saying thank you and good night.